Hey everyone, welcome to the pre-market outlook session for the day, the first day in the final week of the November, the 24th of November 2025. With a renewed confidence, even though it has increased, we can say, for the recent and witnessed market behavior. And with a gap up opening also we can see in today's trend, which means what the strength also got shaped well and constructed well in this space to leap forward or to move forward, as like we can say, with an intention to reach a new all-time high also is arising, since the recent ended week gives us a great signal for the up movement to be held, at least with a possibility, a partial possibility about to reach the new all-time highs also. But we have to see whether the 14th of November high and low is being maintained without hitting back or without breaching back. And if it is doing so, we can see the possibilities how it is showing will be met the responsibilities of the behavior already formed by the Nifty and the Sensex. So the based on our weekly market outlook we have provided in the Friday, that market outlook report itself comprises of the strategies how we have to approach for the market, because even though the market nears to the high zone, it is somewhat showing the reluctancy, not the weakness. That should be noted. That anyhow, that may be treated as shy to reach further movement in the high side, and because of this, the time may be taken to again observe some valuable buying, and with a shaped formation once again it is forming in today's trend, means we can see the going forward for the market will be on the higher side only. So that is what the observation based on the recently ended weeks one for Nifty and Sensex. And we also recommended some important levels to be noted for the entire week also. But for the day, if it is for the Nifty and all means, see, then 26,050 to 26,000 level will be acting as a core support zone until otherwise it is even a breakdown is required to give a signal for the downside movement. The market will be like until it is holding this support zone, that means around the 26,000 zone, we can actually have it in your mind that level would be giving that much of opportunities whenever it is getting approached near to that zone. So the buying can be initiated, or the buying already who already holding the stocks or indexes in terms of futures and options also. So those can accumulate further based on the support zones approachment. So the higher opening will be not only just the gap up open, like it is of course a milestone to be set based on today's open, and you can also make a high and low of the Friday's one. That is also a trend decider zone, we can say, for the entire current week we have started now. And based on the Friday's high and low, if you want to get the strategy, means it is just simply you can mark the high and low by plotting horizontal lines in the charts. So after that, it is important to see whether the close is happening above the high of 26,179, or the close below 26,052 is happening or not. Until it is giving a close, particularly in the higher time frame or a larger time frame like 1 hour, there one can get the clear signal about the direction where the market is going to follow, because the breakout of 26,246 was framed on 20th of November, that means on last Thursday, that is being awaited to get broken. If it is giving a breakout in this level means before, provided it should not break the low of Friday's one, advancing to the Thursday's high, which means what? The behaviorally you can get the signal for a new all-time high without any hesitation hereafter. But in case if it is doing a breakdown like the levels below 26,052, nothing to worry, but the thing will be watched whether this 26,000 as a psychological support zone is maintained or not is the next duty for us to monitor and get act accordingly. So this is what the strategy we can follow for the entire week. And for the day, it is of course very close to the week's prediction, like 26,052 and 26,179 will be watched out whether the breakout or breakdown is happening between these levels. If it is giving where the action is first taking part means there onwards you should actually get the or set the direction on the same way where the market is really giving a signal by the way of break. And any bounce or any reverse is happening in the trend means that should be utilized for making a further accumulation based activities. Nothing to worry about any reversal or bounces if it is happening against the trend, because once the break on either side happens, there might be the chances for continuing the same direction for the entire week. And after all this, the 20th of this November, as per our market outlook given for the month of November, has a whole one. The final key dates in the row is getting approached. That is actually a 28th of, that means on falling on Friday, exactly on the final trading day in the month. That also will be playing a vital role, is our expectation, our prediction. And that also should be noted. If you are holding or carry forwarding any positions towards the end of the week, with minding the Friday's one as a core point or core date to be deciding the next upcoming sessions trend and all, so that should be noted and act accordingly with the way of reducing or with the way of accumulating what the decisions will be based on near to the 28th date behavior. And from the sectoral front, we can see sectors like information technologies, automobiles. Mainly, you can focus on automobiles than any other sectors in today's trend. Along with some metal stocks can be focused. Energy and oil and gas will be leading the market's movement today, with Reliance actually is expected to give some movement on the higher side. And from the banking and finance, even though they are actually heavyweights, we cannot expect that much of higher movement like in the Nifty, because Nifty is expected to be driven by the other core sectors than the bank and finance. Anyhow, these financial services as a sector or a index that comprise stocks, some of the stocks from the mid cap space, we can see some momentum on the long side. And from the stock side, based on news and technical behavior, the stocks include TCS, Tata Power, Tata Chemical, three stocks among the Tata Group, and Lupin, Natco Pharma, Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, RVNL, and HG Infra Engineering, Kalpataru Projects, and Lemon Tree Hotels, Hadco. These are all the stocks which are having or maybe offering a good opportunity for the day traders today. Keeping stop loss is always essential for making your capital get protected well, as well as enjoying a good risk and reward ratio. So that's it from today's pre-market discussion. We'll be having the next one on Friday. That means based on the Friday's movement, the next month, overall December month, the trend and all will be set. So don't forget to watch out Friday's one. And the overall trend for the week will be set based on today's high and low also. For trading today, Please mark a high and low of Friday's one, as well as the positional traders can focus on the 14th high and low to make your position continuing or reducing or cutting like. And for the day traders, it would be important to watch out the Friday's high and low, then take your trade accordingly based on the break as predicted if the market gives. Thank you for your participation in today's session. We'll be meeting again tomorrow. Have a fabulous trading day today. Bye-bye. There is some query before concluding this session. We can have that HAL position was the query. See, based on the recent accident happened in the Middle East area, that means Abu Dhabi, I think. So that going to impact anyway the HAL's share prices, because the Hindustan Aeronautics, based on the Indian indigenous production of that particular Tejas, which is not giving a good news from the area we have specified. So because of that, a technical based also the already the HAL is having some weakness based on the behavior. Along with this news, we can expect some continuation in the stock price and on the downside particularly. And 4,500 will be acting as a core support zone. If it is breaking below or sustaining below this level, we can see the stock price may be continuing in the way of correction to see 4,450 or 4,400 as the next support, where only we can see the solidity about getting reversal or not will be decided. Until then, the continuation on the downside may be expected. So one can reduce the position if you are having on the, generally it is to be for the call option. If you are having, it should be better to reduce or cut the positions immediately after open. Or otherwise, if you are holding put option, you can utilize the chances for making good profit, and it is better to reduce your positions while the support zones are getting approached like 4,500 and 4,450 and 4,400 as a maximum one for the day. So that is what for HIL query asked. Thank you. Thank you for your good feedback from Ms. Uma Maheshwaran. So thank you so much for your valuable feedback. We'll be meeting again in the pre-market outlook session tomorrow. Bye.